Hello, my name is Ted from Avidia Health in Greensboro, North Carolina. On today's episode, we're going to discuss cellular inflammation, what we believe is the cause of all chronic disease. So stay tuned. Yes, cellular inflammation. What is it? What causes it? And how can we fix it? That's what we do at Avidia Health. First of all, the cell membrane is the part that gets inflamed. Both the outer membrane and the inner membranes of the mitochondria are also affected. And basically, there's three things that cause this inflammation to occur: bad fats, toxins, and sugar. Pretty common stuff, huh? The problems happen when the cell is inflamed. The receptors for different hormones and stuff like that are located on the membrane. And when the cell's inflamed, those receptors don't work. So, for example, if you have a call for insulin, your pancreas emits insulin and trying to get the cell, tell the cell to open up and allow the glucose in from the blood, the cell doesn't hear it. So we raise the insulin a little more, and the cell still doesn't hear it. And this is called insulin resistance. It's an effect when you're yelling at your kids trying to tell them not to do that, and they just ignore you. When this happens and you wind up going to the doctor and he examines you, depending on which cells are in this process, will determine what name disease your doctor says you have. But in effect, all chronic diseases are caused by the exact same thing. So what do we do? Well, I'm so glad you asked that. Very simple. First we got to do is remove the source of the inflammation. So if the inflammation is caused by toxins, bad fats, and sugars, that's the items that we have to mitigate in order to prevent the ongoing inflammation process. So in the case of sugars, it should be pretty easy. You got to make major changes to your diet, of course, depending on what your diet is at the time. Eliminate all sugars, eliminate all grains, and you want to continue on that path for a while. As far as bad fats, that's very similar. You don't want any trans fats. You don't want any vegetable oils, mainly because the vegetable oils grow rancid very quickly. And by the time you're consuming them, they're probably already bad. The kind of fats you want to consume are, believe it or not, saturated fats. These are the fats that are excellent for rebuilding your membranes. It's great for the brain. It's great for our body. You know, how we got off track, I don't know. The other issue is toxins. That's a little more difficult. Obviously, you can buy and use organic food, which is theoretically supposed to not contain all the toxins that or conventional foods do. But you're still, you know, it's to me it's a vagueness. You know, you buy something that's has an organic sticker on it, and you don't know if it was truly grown organically or it's somebody just put a sticker on some conventional produce. So, you know, there's a level of trust. I would, you know, certainly shop in a store that you trust, and, you know, hopefully that they do the right thing. Of course, the only way to be sure is to grow your own stuff. If you grow your own, then you know what you put in it, and you know what it contains. So the other toxins are in the environment, you know, in the air, in the water. So, you know, what I would do is obviously can't do too much about the external air, but the internal air inside your house and your workplace, you can add some kind of filtration, and that will probably help a little bit. Now, as far as water, that's another critical factor. You need some kind of filtration, especially if you're on a municipal system, because of all the chlorine and fluoride and other things that you find, remnants of pharmaceuticals. You know, it's really not the water of choice, let's put it that way. Personally, we use distilled water because if I'm drinking water, I want water, not a mix of other additives and chemicals which are just going to inhibit the process of water, which to me is supposed to be a really good solvent. So water should help your body eliminate all the toxins and things that shouldn't be in there. And, distilled water does a very good job. We've been using distilled water for about, it must be close to 10 years right now. So that's our water source. You know, we had purchased a distiller, and it sits in the garage, and it just makes distilled water. So we use that for anything that we wind up consuming, and it really is a good thing. So once we remove all the things that are supposedly causing our cells to inflame, then we got to do something to repair and restore everything. And we do that through a cellular healing diet, as well as specialized supplementation that is specifically designed to repair the cell. There's a membrane issue. You know, the cell membrane is made of fat, so you want a diet that has a lot of good fat, and anything that does, things like methylation, you want to include as well. So if you follow this plan, which includes supplementation and dietary changes, as well as exercise and emotional well-being, etc., you will be astonished at the miracles that can happen. All your symptoms will disappear, and you will become a healthy person. So anyway, this is Ted at A View to Your Health, signing off until the next episode. And remember, always keep your health a priority now, or it will be later.